What up, Dokkaners? I wanted to discuss with you guys briefly this little update that I saw on iSeriously's Twitter, as well as the teaser that is slated to release in a couple of days. And I want to go through some predictions with you guys regarding the 2 new units coming up in worldwide download 2022. So let's jump in and take a look at the tweets first. iSeriously tweeted out these 2 little gems right here about 8 hours ago. Super Saiyan Goku and Final Form Cooler. Now, not much of a stretch to say these 2 units are going to be the headliners for the new celebration, but I think what this confirms now is that they are both going to be starting off in their final forms. This was a question that a lot of people had going in, especially because last year's worldwide download LR featured a Super Saiyan Goku. So were they really going to be releasing back-to-back Super Saiyan Gokus? The answer is yes. This year, they are also going to be doing a Super Saiyan Goku LR. Whether or not the unit's going to be int remains to be seen. I originally wanted to predict that this unit would be int, but then I realized last year's also int, so that might be a little much. But I do think that this basically confirms that. So in my opinion, folks, book it. We are getting Super Saiyan Goku and Final Form Cooler right from the start, which is hype for me. I don't need to have base Goku. We already have a billion base Gokus. We also have a billion Super Saiyan Gokus, but I think I'd rather have a Super Saiyan Goku that's better than last year's. So this basically just takes the place of the previous one, which is good. Both will definitely get intro animations. This is, I mean, that basically is confirmed right here. Like, both are going to get high quality, pristine, magnifique intro animations, and those 2 will basically be the transformations for both of them. So that's the one thing. The second thing that I want to talk about here is the icon app update is going to be coming soon, so that the icon will change into something featuring Goku and Cooler, obviously. For global, this is a bit of a rapid switch after the 7-year anniversary logo change, but for JP, this is about half a year coming, so this makes a lot of sense. So we'll be getting this sometime shortly, maybe in the next couple of days, we'll see. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is the teaser from last year. So if you guys recall, the worldwide download live stream / video premiere happened on the 27th last year. Well, for me, 27th. For a lot of you guys, it was the 28th morning, afternoon, blah, 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 blah. But during this teaser, they basically did this to sort of cover the inevitable data download leaks that would follow. Because last few years, one of the biggest tropes about this whole worldwide download spectacle is that Global is infamous for basically giving away the farm right before the live stream begins. We get the data download, all the data miners extract everything from it, and then they see the worldwide download unit is going to be Buhan or Super Saiyan Vegito. This is exactly what happened for several years, and it basically resulted in very deflated hype going into the live stream. So I guess to get ahead of that, they are simply just releasing some teaser for the actual video premiere, which is what this was, and this took place on at 9 p.m. on the 24th of August. So for most of you guys, again, it'll be the 25th. When they release this, I will definitely do a video on it, because this will definitely contain most of the things that we want to know about. Number 1, it's going to show us the theme of the actual worldwide download celebration. Last year, Planet Namek Saga. It makes sense. First part, Goku versus Frieza. Second part was the combo units. We had Gohan and Krillin, and then we had the exchange Vegeta Goku, all within Planet Namek Saga. So whatever the theme is, that is very important, because that will basically dictate where we are going to be seeing part 2 take place. Is it going to be Goku versus Cooler as the theme? Is it going to be movie heroes versus movie bosses as the theme? Is it going to be something else entirely? Whatever it ends up being, that could potentially indicate what we're going to see. If it is Cooler versus Goku, then part 2 is pretty much confirmed to basically be Cooler's Revenge. Or wait, no. Cooler's Revenge is the first one. Meta Cooler, that's the return of Cooler. That's the name of that one. So it'll be first regular Cooler versus Goku, then the second one will be Goku versus Meta Cooler, which would be awesome. But if they do movie heroes versus movie villains, that opens the door to Superhero. That opens the door to BoJack Unbound, any other movie, maybe even Dragon Ball Super Broly, who knows? So we're going to have to wait and see what the theme ends up being, because that will definitely give away a lot. And then they will also be revealing the actual units themselves. Last year when we got this, that was a big moment for the Dokkan community, especially all the Frieza fans out there, because this is our first big time Frieza unit. So we will be getting something similar to this. Expect to see a similar pose. I mean, it's just going to be Goku in the same tattered up, outfit with a different pose, and then you'll see Cooler on the right. I really hope that visually there's enough of a difference. We'll see. So we'll be getting Cooler Super Saiyan. Imagine Super Saiyan Goku and Final Form Cooler here. We won't be learning what they actually do. We'll just know the names of them, and then we will also learn about the banners. So on the banners, we will see the featured SSRs. We will also see the banner units So this will be our confirmation of whether or not the banner unit is going to be Piccolo or maybe Kid Icarus for Goku. And then for Frieza or for Cooler, it'll either be THOUSER or the other dudes or whatever. You know, we'll find that out. And then we'll also see some of the other units that are going to be featured on the banner. That is pretty much it for this little teaser. And then they'll once again remind you of the Dokkan Now premiere that is going to be coming up in a few short days afterwards. So that teaser should be dropping in about a day or 2 days, depending on whenever you're watching this. So that'll be hype. And then the last thing that I wanted to do here is to do some predictions. Now, you're obviously going to see it all at once. So 3, 2, 1, boom. These are my predictions for what the 2 units are going to look like for the worldwide download celebration. Now, if you're wondering why Int Cooler is what I'm predicting here, is because literally I didn't want to predict Int Super Saiyan Goku, because I just cannot fathom they would release 2 years in a row the same exact unit. I don't know. Maybe they could. I just feel like because Cell Max, the end boss, is tech, we have to have one of these 2 units be Int. It would have been Goku had it not been for last year, so I'm going to give it to Cooler. Plus, if we look at the disambiguation, there's basically no coolers. We have one SSR cooler that comes from this SR who's basically useless. This guy needs a TUR and an EZA, which can happen at some point. But other than that, we don't have a solid Int cooler unit. But then again, we don't really have a solid tech cooler. We don't really have a solid AGL too, if you really think about it. So, you know, it could be any one of these guys. I think the only one that we can rule out is STR. Actually, we could probably rule out both of these because both of these are pretty solid coolers. They're really good. So yeah, I'm going to go with Int. Now for the leader skill, the question marks signify the new category, whatever that ends up being. Whatever you want to predict, feel free to share it in the comments down below. I literally cannot think of anything. Like, there's just so many new categories out there and there's so much overlap at this point that whatever you come up with might originally seem stupid, but then once the actual banner's released and you see the new category, it doesn't seem stupid anymore. So we'll probably get something like, I don't know, face mask category. We'll see. Wicked Bloodline, I think, is going to be the other lead. The Cooler's lead has to be good. Cooler's lead has to be good. Getting another Wicked Bloodline lead, this, you know, this might happen. This might or might not happen. I want this to be the case, so that's why I'm putting this here. It could very well be movie bosses. I don't know. Getting a 200% movie bosses lead would be pretty great. I just feel like if we get a movie boss lead for Cooler, then the movie heroes lead has to go to Goku, but there's not much of a cross section between these 2 categories. So let me just continue. So I think question mark / Wicked Bloodline, Key +3, 170%, stats +30 for space traveling warriors. So this just has the makings for an absolutely busted, broken set of categories, right? Combine space traveling warriors with Wicked Bloodline, you've basically got the entire Frieza clan, right? Frieza and Cooler, which is all that you need. But if you want to include whatever else, like Bojack or whoever, they'll probably get whatever the new category lead is as well. So this is going to be a busted leader skill, I think. If anything, just trust me on that. Cooler's leader skill is going to be broken. Physical Super Saiyan Goku. Now, if you're wondering why physical, just because he's the antithesis to the Cooler, it makes sense because Goku eventually wins, so he has to have type advantage against Cooler. And if we look at all of the Super Saiyan Gokus, there's actually conceivably a spot here for the Super Saiyan Goku LR. We haven't had a Super Saiyan Goku LR unit that is physical or STR, and I think that the physical one takes the cake. So that is why physical works. It all kind of fits there. New category plus Pure Saiyans, P +3, 170%. We really don't have a true 200% Pure Saiyans lead at the moment. We only have Gigarad, and as we all know, he's great. All additional stats +30% for Final Trump Card. There's actually a pretty decent cross-section between Pure Saiyans and Final Trump Card, which is why I think this could work. It also kind of makes sense. Goku's last resort was in fact going Super Saiyan, having no choice but to beat down Cooler with the legendary form that also ended his brother. So that is my prediction for the category combinations. Let me know what you guys think, what the new category could look like. Do you think that this is the appropriate typings? I don't know. What else you got? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments those questions that I just asked you, and what banner units would you want to see for these upcoming units or the upcoming celebrations? We can't possibly have LR Super Saiyan Goku and Piccolo on the same banner. It can't happen twice. So it's got to be Kid Icarus. And then for the Cooler one, do you think it's going to be the Cooler Squadron? Do you think it's going to be THOUSER alone? Do you think it's going to be the other 2 bozos? Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you're going to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.